Hello to all you wonderful weirdos out there. I am the one and only former Moon God. Welcome back to this playthrough slash visual novel experience that I'm bringing to you here in the form of Trigger Happy Havoc, Danganronpa. Last video, Sayaka Mizono and Junko Enoshima both died. And we were investigating specifically Sayaka's death. And now we're getting to the coveted game portion of this whole experience. Finally! That means you don't have to hear me attempt and maybe fail once or twice to accurately depict some of these characters. So, here we go. You're late, Makoto! We've all been waiting for you!
I bet you were afraid you would be discovered as the murderer you are.
Listen to me!
Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Save that for the class trial. There we can all reveal the details of Makoto's crime.
So they really are convinced I did it, but I didn't do it. Me and Sayaka both know that all too well. But then, who is the killer?
The one who murdered Sayaka. Is it really one of us? Oh boy, here we go.
Is everyone here? Okay then. Please board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom, where all your fates will be decided.
This is gonna be a long episode, just FYI. Like, I'm gonna give a decent-sized buffer.
I'll meet you all down there. I'll be waiting.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so pretty sure everyone does not have anything relevant to say, and I just want to go to the elevator.
I guess I have no choice but to get on this elevator.
Well then.
Let us begin.
Yes, indeed.
Good idea.
Hey,
Are you scared? No. Scared isn't quite right.
Makoto.
I said it before. But it's up to you to uncover the mystery surrounding this case yourself. If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth. I need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death. I didn't need someone else to tell me to do that. In Sayaka's honor, I swear I'll find out who the real killer is! As I raised my voice to try and give myself courage, I turned, trembling with anticipation, toward the elevator. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. Everyone else was already on the elevator. When I finally stepped on, the doors closed, and the elevator started to move. The steel box descended with heavy, clunking sounds toward the school's basement. I wonder if this is how a death row inmate feels when his time finally comes.
Oh,
Rather than that, is it not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment? Oblivious to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school.
You finally arrived! Ta-da! What do you think? Doesn't it feel just like a real courtroom? It's like a Hollywood movie set, right?
Not even close, it's total
Well now. Okay, everyone find your assigned seats and sit down. Yahoo! Hurry up now, hurry up!
We did what he said and found our seats. The seats were arranged in a giant circle. It was set up so that everyone could see everyone else. which also meant it'd be easy for anyone to transfer their tension and unease onto anyone else. The air seemed to grow heavy as we sat there. And so, the curtain on our first case opened. A deadly judgment. A deadly deception. A deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly class trial.
Yup. And that is where it's going to progress. So with this, you get to the court preparation screen. So it allows you to open the e-handbook for whatever reason. You can review your truth bullets from this particular portion of the investigation screen. For some reason, this portion of the game is incredibly slow if you're playing on the Switch version. And I don't know why, but yeah, it's not the bet as well optimized. I also look at everything else, but what you really want to focus on is setting your skills. Based on whatever it is that you have, you can actually look for the skills that you've already unlocked. And so, this is the only skill that I know we have at the moment, and we got that from talking to Sayaka. Celeste is going to give her own skills, and the two other people that I plan on, talking to over the course of this playthrough are also going to give their own skills, which is going to be really helpful because I'm playing this on the hardest difficulty, and I have not experienced this before, so I have no idea how bad this is going to be. And now,
let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
I have been waiting so long just to sit back and just relax and talk my ass off without having to lend my voiceover to any of these characters.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
I have not heard Makoto's real voice in a while.
Of course.
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Not everyone is morally inclined as you, unfortunately, but good try.
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Oh, Mondo.
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick? What's going on with those pictures?
Cue Monokuma's demented answer.
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier.
No, you don't.
Friendship penetrates?
Good God!
Okay, but what about that other empty seat? There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Good question, and it all comes down to, the fact that, well, you see, I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people.
Bull.
Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started.
You can just, that can just be a really, massive throwaway line, but, oh my God, that actually does have a lot more significance.
First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin!
It's about to begin. The debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything.
And I'm on the highest difficulty, so I cannot, yeah.
Because this isn't just about me. Everyone's lives are on the line.
Your first non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear more?
I know what I'm getting into. But with mean difficulty, I'm gonna be, okay, evidence of a struggle is gonna be the truth bullets. So the gist is there's gonna be a lot of statements.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, we know that part already.
Yep, we do.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
That is correct.
And the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems most likely that
Yeah.
the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
Okay. Is it the X button? It's the X button. Ah, darn it! I forgot the controls for a second. But yeah, that was the statement that you needed to shoot. Basically, you press the X button, you shoot the statement that contradicts, and evidence of a struggle is just allows Makoto to, like, insert his voice into the debate.
Huh? There's something odd about that last statement. It definitely contradicts what I already know.
You can also press the R button to...
Murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
Which...
Yeah, we know that part already.
Okay, I know there's a control to, like, fast forward the B button.
And the murder took place
In the bathroom. So it seems the killer must have taken her by
There we go.
surprise while she was in the bathroom.
That's gonna come in handy.
She didn't even have a chance to resist.
No, that's wrong.
It looks so epic, but it's like, oh, jeez.
Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked. With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom?
The evidence points to that fact. Most likely she was, you know, put into the bathroom, or maybe she fled in there knowing the secret of Makoto's, like, door trick, which bought her enough time to just, like, you know, yeah.
She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then, she ran to the bathroom to try and hide.
Yeah, Celeste could have explained that much better than me. I should probably just shut up and just allow myself to be the commentator for once.
The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
And yet, there are so many lines where it just contradicts that entire fact. Danganronpa is a game built on not following the principle that Byakuya Togami laid out. It just... Do you even realize what franchise you're in, dude?
Sorry.
Don't be sorry, you're just a victim of circumstance.
Okay, so what's next?
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka.
It was a kitchen knife. Kitchen knife set. Okay, cool.
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach.
Yep.
Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
That is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some random knife they had on him.
No, that's wrong.
Wasn't just a random knife. It was a kitchen knife.
No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
There we go. Basically, this trial just drags on little by little based on the details that, you know, you acquire.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
Yep, kitchen knife.
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
That is correct, Sakura.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach.
Yep.
And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us?
What?
I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
That was an odd attack.
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Thank you, Kyoko, for being, the only person that is understanding and, well, knows how to do detective work.
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
Yes, it is.
I don't think that's true at all.
Yep.
I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
You really believe that?
Mm-hmm. She's not amused, dude.
She's right. There's gotta be a breakthrough somewhere just waiting for us to find it. Because I know damn well I'm not the killer.
There's a bit more to learn about nonstop debates. Would you like to hear more?
It's gonna give me multiple bullets this time. Or white noise. I mean, there's a couple things. I always account. Okay, yeah.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon.
Yep. That is...
But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? He did it in...
No, that's wrong.
That is wrong. That is wrong.
Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, there are witnesses that will attest to Makoto not being there.
Well, what if I have a witness?
Yes. There we go.
What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Well, I went to go get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall, but I wasn't there the entire time.
I love when the facts of the case just, push through, the, well, understandable fear clouding the judgment of everyone else. But, yeah, I mean, it's still pretty frustrating. It gets really frustrating in the third game, but this is the first game, and the first game doesn't nearly have, the amount of absurdity. So, it's a nice little, just breath of fresh air to me. Just getting to start back from square one again.
In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together and lying to protect each other?
Idiot swimmer girl?
Dude! What is your deal with insulting... Okay, so I've just noticed, you... You like to insult people that are, appear as, much more physically gifted than you? And it's Toko, you're... Have confidence in yourself. I mean, I'm just saying this. You very much deserve worth. And it's the insults are not going to help you or anyone else. But then again, you're a very interesting case altogether, so maybe I should just reserve that for maybe someone else who has a more fuller anxiety that they'll need to figure out.
Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer.
Byakuya being incredibly thorough as always.
Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
Yeah, I mean, Byakuya is a but, I mean, he is pretty thorough in what he does. And that little thing, I can at least respect, but, yeah.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
And of course it makes you think, like, why would anyone do that? And it's, well, subtle foreshadowing.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
Well, about that.
But what if they did work together and they just didn't know about the rule?
Good grief! Enough already! No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case!
Well, that answers that question.
Oops! Did I say that out loud?
It's helpful.
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife, so I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife? Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
I mean, by process of association, yeah, that would make sense, but... I mean, would she have seen someone else maybe come into the dining hall?
No way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that? I can.
Oh?
That's right. Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
And this is a new detail.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Leon! You need to stop talking.
Right.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well...
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over. Which means we have airtight alibis.
You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
Nope.
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms, but it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room.
Yeah.
So, I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem! A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome!
Did you just call Sakura a boy, dude?
But I'm a girl.
Yeah. You couldn't tell.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry!
Do that too, man. Legit, when I feel like I just, like, I overexert myself and I just say what's on my mind without really, like, putting on my autistic mask, like... I love him.
But if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Just let the trial commence, please.
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Was it, you know who?
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Byakuya, just don't hold a grudge against her. It's a lot to process.
Well, because they're not here anymore.
Yep. Sayaka. Someone who's not here? Are you talking about...
Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
Oh, this just gets juicier and juicier.
Sayaka? Okay, so the person who took the knife from the kitchen was...
I got it! Then, Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual.
Oh.
When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen.
Oh.
As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
Then the person who took the knife was the victim herself.
Yup.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
I admire your faith in her, man. I do, but just let the situation unfold.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it?
That seems to be the most likely scenario, yes.
In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
Oh, God.
What?
Oh, come on!
See? He did do it after all.
Stop chomping on the bacon, please!
No, you're wrong.
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction? You possess a most terrifying talent.
Damn. If I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say?
Kyoko Kirigiri, the voice of reason.
Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
The swap nameplates. You're talking about the swap nameplates, aren't you?
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Your first Hangman's Gambit is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Something that should have been at the scene but wasn't. That must be the crucial point. If we can just figure out what that something is.
Yep, Hangman's Gambit. There's a variety of minigames that go in. Oh, hair. They're talking about hair. Okay. And then the R.
Now I understand.
Yeah, jeez. Yeah, this is the thing I just hate about Hangman's
That's
Gambit.
right.
Is just like
There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
sometimes, like with fill in the blank stuff, I just really suck at that.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Yeah.
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there.
Not exactly.
That makes sense, does it not?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Exactly.
Yes, very true, very true.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
That's the, yeah.
Wait, then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Kyoko Kirigiri just bailing Makoto out like it's nothing.
Then Makoto isn't the culprit?
Nope.
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
Now she's actually smirking.
I would like to hear
Here we
these
go.
reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene?
Oh.
Sayaka was attacked in the main room first. then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
Yep. Let's just present this little fact here.
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
The killer struggled getting into the bathroom, and the evidence that proves it is... It would be the bathroom doorknob.
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Yeah, I mean, thankfully, just because I know who actually did it, like, it does really help me to, like, remember exactly what to pick, even though, like, I have not played this in, like, literal years.
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob to the bathroom, you doorknob.
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then, let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
There we go. Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first, but... Is that the key point here?
There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more?
Is it multiple bullets or bathroom door frame or just white noise?
The incident took place in Makoto's room.
Yeah. That can be...
Sayaka was first attacked in the main room.
Yep.
She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
Not exactly, no.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
Nope.
No, that's wrong.
You just know. You just know. If you're just paying attention and detail
The
oriented.
reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
Yep.
Yes. Yes. Now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Yep.
Because it was stuck.
Uh-huh.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door.
But hey, I mean, thinking about it, it's that cruddy door that is helping us, like, remove suspicion off of Makoto and slowly turn the wheel towards the actual killer in this instance.
That's not lucky at all.
I mean, you could say that. I mean, I'm seeing that as a lucky break.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place?
The switch nameplates. There we go.
Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
The switch nameplates. One important detail? Something the killer didn't know. For some reason, they were convinced the door was locked. Which means, the important detail the killer didn't know was, the crime took place in my room.
I got it! The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
And yet, He's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
Yep.
ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
Glad you're finally admitting it, Byakuya.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Uh-huh.
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
Thank you, Toko. Really appreciate it. Hey, fear's totally getting to you. I completely get it. No hard feelings.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well then, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules.
God, no. Let's not do that. Let's not let's not commit mass suicide, dude.
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
And what would that be, Aoi?
Oh, you.
Oh, jeez.
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
Yeah, good lord, Celeste.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
That is a good question.
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
Nope, also switch keys.
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way.
And Hifumi is surprisingly on the right track here.
They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Maizono just let him in.
Except it's not from that train of thought.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place.
Oh, jeez.
Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
Why are you just pointing to someone else entirely when the guy who's making the, he's right next to you, dude. The reason there's no way Sayaka invited her killer into the room. I already have the answer. Is it switching rooms? Is really that it with the keys? Oh, did I just like go?
I got it!
Yeah, it was that.
Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone.
Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
I mean, yeah.
What if her being scared was a lie?
I really wasn't trying to be a jerk to Sayaka. She just happened to be in a situation where she got really, really just on edge about a video that she saw that, hit her at her core. And she may have set that whole thing up.
Huh?
Oh, Makoto.
Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
Well...
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
There's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
Oh my god, there was something on that notepad.
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil, and these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows.
Sherlock Holmes, I think, was something that popularized it. Or else I'm just getting some really bad information from a Sweet Life on Deck episode or Phineas and Ferb episode that did it. Phineas and Ferb. I think it was Phineas and Ferb, actually.
When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Huh?
Yep. Yeah, so on a previous take that I did not put up, like, he just... Basically, Makoto, like... He scanned the notepad, didn't see it relevant. Like... Further proof that this man is a little bit too daft for his own good.
Which means, only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't. But...
Of course you didn't. Because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Oh!
Then... that note... Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
I still can't tell whether or not he's actually being serious about that. Because, I mean... It just that line where he basically just... sort of, like, shot Hina a little bit.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say?
Okay, let's see what happens.
Very well then. Pay attention.
Oh boy. So, what bullet is there loading? Dorm nameplates. Okay, so... Oh, let's see what... What's here?
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct?
Yep.
But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Yep, they would have.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in.
Nope.
No, that's wrong.
That is wrong. There's the statement.
The nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
Yep. They got switched. Multiple people could attest to that fact. Namely, Kiyotaka, who was afraid of, like, giving that up. Leon, who was also making just a subtle glance at that.
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
That is correct.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Exactly.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem.
Mm-hmm.
And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay, then who did it?
Sayaka.
There's only one person who could have switched the nameplates.
I got it! Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms.
Yep.
So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
Oh, and yeah, he's definitely starting to like grasp the truth. It's not fun, dude. I feel for you. I really do.
You can also infer as much from her note.
There's something I want to talk to you about, just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She was intending to murder the person who she gave the note to.
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
Oh my god, I just know. I'm still really mad.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her.
No. I think she was the one that did the attacking.
We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot!
I'll give him a break. I'm pretty sure you two become bros later.
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Correct.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself.
But yeah, I mean, also the sword just had a really stupid gold coating that would just come off at just a touch.
It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
But how the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
The reason I know Sayaka's wrist was broken with the fake sword is because... Okay, so is there anything? Oh, jeez, no.
Shoot!
Yeah, I was just trying to view it. What? Excuse me? I just wanted to see the dialogue. Okay, I should have just pressed A. Oh, jeez, right. Sayaka's wrist had a golden... This is the key item.
I got it!
Jeez.
All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
Specifically a piece of that gold coating.
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword.
You know, I really don't know if I'm really adding anything in particular to this particular conversation because it seems like I'm just parroting something that's going to be said later. It's very autistic of me. So, you subscribed to me, so probably should expect this at some point. Just in the future.
You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword, right there on her wrist!
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
All right, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
What happened in my room? And what led to Sayaka's death? That's what we need to make clear.
There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Am I finally gonna get multiple bullets? Yep, it's multiple bullets, okay. So I'm pretty sure I can cycle
when
through.
The fighting broke out.
Okay.
The culprit grabbed the sword. And that's when the first blow was dealt.
Let's see. Okay, so I need to use the L button to select the truth bullet.
A sword-based sneak attack.
And that's what broke Miss Mizono's wrist.
So she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
Jeez.
And that's exactly what happened.
No, no. The sword was used first, and then the knife came afterward. Was that really the order of events? That leads to some unexplainable details.
When the fighting broke out,
the sword sheath.
The culprit grabbed the sword. And that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
There we go. It's the sheath. I had to think there for a second. I completely forgot.
Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Nope. It started with the knife attack by Sayaka.
Why not?
Because the sword sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Yep. Someone was using the sheath to defend against a knife attack.
Stop jumping ahead. Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
Yep.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as
Yup.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse.
Yep, Kyoko is still on it.
In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
And yeah.
I think I get it. So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening. So she grabbed the sword to defend herself. But then the culprit took that from her too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Well,
because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
The part of her body that shows she never used the sword.
I got it!
Her palms.
You're talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean. So I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, If you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands.
Not just some of it, they got the full handle on their hands.
There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
You're not ugly. Goodness gracious.
No, that's not it at all.
There's no way Sayaka washed the gold coating off her hands because
the water was off
I got it!
during the time of the murder.
According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
That is correct.
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower here yet.
Look, I know you have some self-worth issues. Also, a shower might, like, help to, like, maybe just relax you a little bit. Like, you're totally deserving of it.
Oh, my.
Oh, stop. Don't you dare judge, Ifumi. You're the guy that talks ad nauseum about 2D art.
You're no different. You smell like a big, fat, ugly donkey.
If you're gonna insult him, at least say something that's incredibly truthful, man.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
Why do we even bother?
An insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means
Yep.
the killer is the only one who used the sword.
Yep.
But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was
Sayaka herself.
the one who damaged the sheath would had to have been the one without the sword.
I got it! Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
Oh, God, you poor man.
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka herself.
Sayaka?
Yep, and it's... yeah. Oh, dear.
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
Oh, jeez. I really... Eesh.
What?
She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in.
Uh-huh.
And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct?
Uh-huh.
Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
I mean, you've been a little bit of a jerk, but yeah, that's totally a possibility.
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
Look, the thing is, I choose to believe that Sayaka did not do this out of, like, you know, any irrational intention, because this is a situation where, like, only this kind of stuff could possibly happen, and she did it after seeing a video that completely traumatized her. Like, no one was going to think rationally or soundly after seeing something that she did. Like, no one. Like, it's just... I don't think the actual Sayaka pre-video would have ever done something like that to you, Makoto. That would be... Oh, man. You poor man. You poor man.
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates.
Yep.
She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying.
This is actually kind of sad.
And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior.
And he also promised Sayaka that he would do anything to make sure that she could get out of there.
I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation, a totally forgettable kid, or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Yikes.
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Oh,
holy
yeah. Yeah, that's a very natural reaction, Mondo.
But in the end, her plan backfired.
Probably not enough to uncensor it, but still a natural reaction.
She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she planned to murder.
Correct.
Just hold on! That can't be true!
That's
Because...
Oh, you poor man!
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument. You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it. Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Jeez.
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
God. Hero, man.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery.
Uh-huh.
If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Is it really all over? Obviously, I'm committed to finding out who killed her, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left.
Dying mess. Okay, so I guess for this, I'm just gonna make sure that I can go through one segment of this.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
Very well. Then let's review all the clues we found up to this point one
The
more
dying
time.
message.
Do we really have time for all that?
Die!
If we don't do something, we're all gonna die!
Wait, no, hold on. That's right. There is still a clue left that can lead us to who killed her. Sayaka left it behind.
Yep, it's the dying message.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues.
Oh, come on. There we go.
No, that's wrong.
That is wrong. There we go.
There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Exactly.
Dining? Wait, what did you say?
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember?
Correct.
11037. Written in her own blood. There must be a clue about the killer hidden in there.
Yep.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
There's no question that Sayaka wrote that message. And I can prove it. Maybe the left index finger.
I got it! Her left index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still, what the heck do those numbers mean? 11037?
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and
Yeah, but even she was a little confused on it because, I mean, yeah.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Now, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What? What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1-1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1-1, but looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Whoa. You might have finally just said something worth a
Goodness gracious, Mondo.
Our little gray cells are really getting excited now.
But even if that really is an N, N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
Damn it. It's no use. I just don't know.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
And that was what I was referring to in the previous episode, like how I just twisted my head over 180 degrees and I just noticed, like, oh, the killer's Leon. Yup. Rotate it? Yep.
I think maybe I see something.
Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Huh? You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it.
Yep.
So, whose name did she write?
Sayaka's dying message reveals the real killer's name.
Nope. 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 Grand Slam.
Here's my answer. The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees. If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N. L-E-O-N, or more accurately, Leon.
Oh, God.
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence. It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
Oh, wow.
No,
Ugh.
it's not random at all. She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
Dang.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me.
And it's not really for anyone who, like, thinks through the details like Kyoko Kirigiri does.
I'm the killer? You can't just go and say like that.
We're not just saying it, we've been deliberating about it for the last hour.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
The evidence that Leon tried to get rid of. I know what it was.
It would be that shirt.
I got it!
Yeah, it'd be the shirt
You mean
piece.
the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
Yep.
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them. And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
Yep.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine. With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
I mean, that is correct.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
Yep, there are.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think so.
The burnt remains of the button-up shirts, which the killer wasn't able to get rid of. There's something about it we need to pay attention to in order to figure out who's responsible.
How it was disposed of.
I got it! If you look closely at how the shirt was disposed of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right? And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You need the key to get in, and the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty. So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
Interesting.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God.
No, that's wrong. There was another way to use the incinerator without being the one on cleaning duty. And that's exactly what proves that Leon is the real killer.
Oof. The shattered crystal ball. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure that's swapped to that.
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
I mean, that is true.
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator in order to destroy the evidence.
I think that might be the
Which
cue.
means the only possible suspect is whoever had the trash room key.
Okay, so the person who would have had the trash room key
Was you.
was...
Yeah, but...
Huh? Me?
But yeah, the contradiction there... Yeah, the contradiction there would have to be around, you know, just limiting yourself to the possibilities of how you could even get the incinerator on.
Is it really impossible to have destroyed evidence without the trash room key? No, I'm sure there was another way.
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
And you'd have to get
close to the incinerator in order to destroy the evidence.
Nope.
No, that's wrong.
That's the falsity. Okay, I did figure it was gonna be that. Okay, cool.
Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Yeah.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball, but,
Keiji Tang is just such a good voice actor for Yasuhiro.
But how would you use it?
The killer had to use the glass ball in a certain way, which was...
I got it!
Throw it.
The killer simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate. All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Someone through a gap in the gate?
Yep. This is the core of Danganronpa. Like, absolutely absurd cases that somehow just play off the ultimate talents of whoever was... Oh, jeez.
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Huh? Someone turned the incinerator on? Very strange. I'm quite certain it was off last time I was down here. Perhaps it was the work of a fairy.
Hifumi had the key, so the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they'd gotten the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right? The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do that?
That's right. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
For most people.
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is...
It wouldn't have to be much of a challenge at all for the killer because...
I got it!
Yep.
Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
I mean, it's stupid, but it is what happened. Because this game can be incredibly stupid sometimes. In the good connotation. Let me just be honest. Good connotation. I love stupid like this.
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer. These goddamn brains have got it all wrong. I'm telling you.
Oh,
you
man.
Still won't admit it? Okay then.
Oh boy.
Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear.
Will
and
do.
With that, we can end this.
Will do.
Listen to me. What the hell do you mean end this?
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered. And the truth has been revealed. Now here's what happened.
The closing argument is about to begin. Would you like to hear more?
Not at all. So yeah, the gist is we are going to be going through the entire scene and putting stuff back in its correct place. So, as far as I know, okay, this should be good to reenact now.
I think I'd better take one more look back at the case from the beginning. Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room.
These are a mess to try and put together.
From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them. She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier. But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist.
Oof.
And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife. Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom. The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it. Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing. So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife, and stabbed Sayaka. But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her. And with that, all her strength was gone.
Oh, jeez.
With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence.
At least it looks like I think I got this on the first try, because this is a really long recounting.
First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood. Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there.
Yikes.
Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt.
That is what's happening, yeah.
They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there, but the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator. So they came up with a plan to use Hiro's crystal ball, which he'd left in the laundry room. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch. For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw. But the killer had the confidence to take a shot, and that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star.
Only the ultimate baseball star, I guess.
The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life.
Oh boy.
Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed. Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator. The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence.
Oh.
Isn't that right, Leon?
Honestly, the just reveal from the gray just figure to transitioning to the killer's actual face is just, I love that part for sure. But yeah,
it would appear that Hiro simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room.
That isn't the hardest part about the trials though. Like,
you went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt, and that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
he's gonna still object.
Do I object?
Yeah.
Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object, I object, I object! I mean, all of this is just a bunch of stupid theories. You need evidence. Where's the evidence?
The evidence is right here. We've been presenting it the entire trial. Just give up, dude.
Without evidence, it's all bullshit. It's bullshit, and I refuse to acknowledge it.
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it. Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence.
I have the evidence? Your first bullet time battle is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? No.
When the killer broke the bathroom doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to do it. So what did the killer use?
What did the killer use to take apart the doorknob?
I refuse to acknowledge you. You're stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid.
The toolkit.
Stupid, 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 stupid.
I have to show indisputable evidence that Leon is the killer. I need to figure it out.
So yeah, this is gonna. So it's like it's gonna be.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. Stupid! You lie! Shut up! You kidding me? Not a chance. You lie! Where's your proof?
It's a rhythm game that I need
Not
to.
a chance. It wasn't me. You
I
lie!
need to focus intensely on.
Shut up!
Otherwise,
You kidding me? Not a chance. You lie! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me?
oh, here we go. Final strike.
Where's your proof?
This should prove it.
Oh God. I actually hate those so much. It requires like.
The screws on the bathroom doorknob were removed.
It requires an intense amount of focus, and I can't commentate over it.
I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove that.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
Yep.
And that must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
It had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid, 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 stupid!
He's losing it, man.
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Stupid, stupid, stupid! Huh?
And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Stupid. Stupid.
Oh, Leon's broken.
So, you have no rebuttal?
Then it would seem we are finished here.
Thank goodness. That was an hour and 30 minutes of my life. Cool. Nice. Yeah, we got 92 medals out of that.
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes?
Yep, and we get to see like a cool little slot machine graphic that just is really weird.
You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right?
Oh, jeez.
Okay, then let's get excited! Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
We'll make the right choice.
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
I prefer this kind of vote.
Uh-oh. Looks like you got it right on the money. The Blackened in this case, the one that killed Sayaka,
Yahoo!
was none other than Leon Kawada!
Oh.
Huh? Hey, hold on.
Oh, hold on a second.
Leon, did you really kill Sayaka?
But
I don't believe it.
You son of a
Son of a bitch. What the hell is wrong with you?
I didn't have a choice.
It was kill or be killed.
So, that's why...
I killed her first.
None of you are any different!
One wrong step, and you'd be the one standing here. It was complete chance that I wound up like this.
I was just... unlucky. That's all. Hey, come on!
You expect me to just accept my death?
Everything's become clear. The decision we made was right after all. But when I think about that, honestly, I'd be better off if we'd been wrong. Because if what we came up with really is the truth, then that truth is that Sayaka was trying to frame me. But even if that's true, I can't say she was wrong. After all, the mastermind...
It's all because of that video. Even I couldn't handle what I saw in there. If I was her, and the video actually had something to do with me, I can't even imagine.
No, we're trapped here, with no way out. They're probably waiting for me.
Why? Why?
I can't afford to be stuck in here. The one thing that was more important to her than anything else, her dreams, her friends. To have to see something like that happen to them, it's Sayaka. I did whatever it took to reach that dream. I mean it. Even some things that weren't so pleasant. And that's why Sayaka, for the friends that meant so much to her, that's why she betrayed me. So when she said,
No matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
she was lying to me from the very beginning. She was using me. Is that why she talked to me in the first place? I don't think she was intentionally using you, man. If that's for what it's worth. I choose to believe that once she saw that video, she really did start to panic. I guess I'll never know. Because there's nothing I can do to ask her what she was thinking. Once you're dead, that's that.
Boy, howdy! The entertainment industry must sure be terrifying, huh? I mean, to try and kill someone just because of those relationships.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
She seemed so nice and lovely on the outside, but inside, she descended into pure madness.
What did you say?
Phew. I understand, really, I do. Yup. You're in utter despair thanks to Sayaka's betrayal, right? Compassion, intimacy, love. The stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair when they collapse.
Stop screwing with us! This is all your fault! Sayaka being forced to do something like that. All of it. Everything! It's all your fault! Suddenly in a frenzy, I lunged at Monokuma, but...
That's enough.
As angry as I was, Kyoko latched onto my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron, strong enough I was sure it would leave a bruise.
Calm down.
If you really want to make her enemies pay for what they've done, you need to let it go for now.
Damn it!
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Ah, that was a close one. I thought for sure you were gonna give me a good walloping. Just barely avoided punishment, you did.
Yes, indeed.
Now then, since you so magnificently revealed the identity of the killer during the class trial, the blackened Leon Kawada will receive his punishment!
Punishment? You mean execution? Wait a second!
I didn't have a choice! I had to kill her!
Yeah, that's it.
I was just protecting myself in the heat of the moment. It was self-defense!
Is that okay?
How exactly was it self-defense? When you forced your way into the bathroom, did you or did you not use your very own toolkit? After she'd shut herself in the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back to your own room. Then you came all the way back, broke into the bathroom, and killed her. Am I wrong?
Do you understand?
You had any number of chances to stop what you were doing, but you chose not to. Is it not because you had an unclouded intent to commit murder?
So, that's why...
No! That's not...
Stop it. I've had enough of this.
Oh.
Oh! Are you sure? You were closer to her than anyone, were you not? You killed your precious Sayaka. Do you understand? I can't say Leon is solely to blame. Of course, I don't plan on blaming Sayaka either. Because the one to blame is him.
Huh?
Swa? If it weren't for you, this never would have happened to Sayaka or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in this situation, the mastermind.
Unbelievable.
Uh-oh. Did you awaken to your sense of justice?
Hey,
Well, it just so happens that there's nothing more unethical than an unwavering sense of justice. After all, it's people with that sort of mentality that perpetuate war all over the world. Is that the kind of justice that's awakened within you? Just shut up! Okay, well, anyway, more importantly,
thrills, chills, kills!
let's hurry up and get to what everyone's been waiting for. The punishment.
I'm begging you! Please, don't do this!
Hey, come on now.
No more begging, no more excuses. You must pay the penalty for breaking the rules. Society demands it.
Stop, please!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For Leon Kawada, the ultimate baseball star.
No, 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 no!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
No!
Grant George. Oh god. What the heck? Was that on the entire time? Oh jeez. Oh boy. How long has that phone been on? Whew. Yeah, so unique punishment scenes play out for each of these individuals, and I'm pretty sure on the Switch version it's basically just a flash animation. Or just a MP4. Oh. Oh god. the 1,000 blows. Oh. That is cruel. 1,000 balls just being, like, pelted into his body. Oh, golly. Oh my good lord. Oh, bye-bye to Leon. What we saw, that was the true face of despair. I mean, if we can't call it that, what else could we call it?
Extreme!
Woohoo! Extreme! Man, my adrenaline is pumping right out of control! What's going on?
I can't take it.
I can't take this anymore. Do we really have to keep doing this? I just can't take it.
Well?
Well, hey, if you don't like it, all you gotta do is swear to cut all ties with the outside world and accept living here forever. But that's only if every single one of you can get on board with that.
Damn you!
Man, you. Why the are you doing all this evil to us?
What the heck?
Evil? You make it sound like I'm some dark, awful secret society type of guy.
Say what?
Or in this case, a dark, awful secret society type of bear.
Well...
So why are you putting an upstanding young citizen like me through such a grueling ordeal?
Hey,
It seems like you're trying to use common sense to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. That's like trying to put a mile on a scale. I just don't think it's possible. I don't think what you're saying and what I'm saying quite fit together.
You piece of I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna pound your into the ground.
You must really hate me to get so angry, huh? But if you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. What happened because more than one of you decided you wanted to get out, right? No matter how much time passes, you can't cut free of your regrets from the outside world. You're to blame. Of course we can't cut free of the outside world. Being trapped in this insane place. You're trapped, are you? Well, I'm sure once you learn all the mysteries of this school, your thinking will change for sure. You'll think, boy, isn't it so wonderful how we all get to live here forever?
What does this mean?
What are you trying to say?
Hey.
I feel like there's some deeper meaning hidden in there. Just like before.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Anyway, let's get to the blackened punishment. That's what everyone is waiting for, after all.
Hey.
When you say everyone, who exactly are you referring to?
Sorry, I said everything I've got to say. I need to save some of the fun for later.
And just like that, he was gone. He left us there,
overwhelmed by a nightmare turned reality. Even after he was gone, we stood there forever, unable to move. Actually, no, it wasn't that long, I think. Everyone just lost their sense of time. We were all too scared. Scared of being alone. No one even tried to speak. Their faces were stone, their voices dead. But it was in that moment.
Just a second.
Makoto? Can I talk to you for a second? She moved in close and whispered into my ear.
Makoto.
Before we head back, there's something I wanted to talk to you about. It's about Sayaka, isn't it? I'm surprised you figured it out.
Listen.
I told you before the class trial started. You had to figure out the mystery of this case yourself. You wanted me to realize how Sayaka betrayed me by myself, didn't you? The thought never even crossed my mind. I feel like such a fool, becoming such an easy target like that.
It's true.
Sayaka meant to double-cross you. That's a fact that you can never change. But even till the very end, she wasn't sure of her decision. That's why, as she lay dying, she was thinking of you. She was thinking of me? You can't just say something like that. I mean, there's no way you can know that. Only Sayaka would know for sure, and we can't ask her now.
However,
even if you can't ask her, you can infer it, don't you think? Her final thought was how she could protect you. What?
So...
The fact that she used her last ounce of energy to leave her dying message proves it. If she didn't care what happened to you, she never would have left that message. Well, maybe she just wanted to get back at the person who had killed her.
Certainly.
That's certainly one possibility. But I don't think that's what it was.
Anyway...
She was uncertain. She wasn't sure she could kill someone or deceive you. Which is why her plan failed. Her hesitation attracted failure.
Right.
It's almost ironic when you think about it. Why are you telling me all this? Because you're the kind of person who can overcome this. Because you can move past the deaths of your friends, Sayaka and Leon, and keep moving forward.
Correct.
Without someone like that, the others would never be able to break free of such a desperate situation. Move past their deaths? I could never do that. No. I'm going to carry them with me the rest of my life. How could I possibly move past something like that? Leon, Sayaka. I'll carry them with me forever. I'll carry their memories with me wherever I go. So instead of forgetting them, you're choosing the hard road. Well, I have high expectations for you. As she said that, she revealed the smallest smile.
Hey.
By the way, I have to admit, I'm curious. How did you know I wanted to talk to you about Sayaka? Oh, well... I'm psychic.
What?
Huh? Kidding. I just have pretty good intuition. At least Makoto has a sense of humor about this, but... yeah, that's... to be continued is right. You received the Despair Bat present. Well, that was heavy. Thank you all for tuning in to this episode. I'm going to make sure I have a little bit of a buffer between this. If you haven't noticed, I have been doing something, like teasing something over the past 2 videos, and for those of you who know, I am not on the AI music hype train, just so we're clear. I have some pretty strong opinions about that, and they're going to be made very clear when I upload that video. So, thank you all for tuning in. If you like what you saw, please give this a thumbs up. It's greatly appreciated. Especially if you stay for this long of a period of time. Like, for real, not too many people can come in and just watch some guy talk to himself for about an hour 53, hour 54. So, it really means a lot. Chapter 1's finally done, and I'm finally moving on to yet another chapter of the game. I appreciate your patience with me as I'm trying to get all this out. I will see you in the next video. Take care, everyone.